Hi guys, good morning. Happy Wednesday. Happy hump pump day. Hope you guys are having a good week so far. We're halfway through to the weekend. Today I am clearing the space with rosemary. And I chose rosemary today because I was called to use my Modern Goddesses deck today, and it made me think of rosemary because rosemary is was always known to be the I don't know how to call it, but basically there's a quote that says, "Where rosemary flourishes, the woman rules." And queens used to have lots of rosemary planted around their houses. So if you are a bad bee and you want to flourish, you might plant some rosemary around your house. A little rosemary for you, a little rosemary for me. All right, we're gonna set that aside. Basically, rosemary attracts fae and good spirits. It purifies the air of sickness. So if you're sick or you're not feeling well, you might get some rosemary and burn it. And then it's also a sign of feminine power and a fresh start, breaking habits, a new path, and more creativity. Okay, sorry, had to take a brief pause there for a second. Today I used this pendulum to pick out my cards. I'm going to just show you guys how this works. I'm going to call in my spirits, angels, and ancestors, and you'll see the pendulum start to swing. I tend to have a lot of energy through my pendulum, so they tend to swing really strongly. Very, very strong. See how it's just flying. If I wanted it to say yes, indicate a yes for the people. Thank you. And can you indicate a no? Very, very certain. Thank you, angels, ancestors, and spirit guides. I love you. And you can pull your energy back now. Thank you. And you will see it come to a stop as the energy leaves it, which is good because my arm gets tired holding it up that high. But yeah, so that's how it works. It will help me choose my cards in the morning. Sometimes it helps me choose the order of the cards. It's very, oh man, I can't find my words this morning. It's very decisive. Okay, so the first deck we are using today is called the Wisdom of the Oracle. I'm not sure if I've used this one before. I think I have, maybe. Colette Baron Reed on this one. And this is the crystal that I put on them this morning. And I just randomly choose crystals to go on these. I don't really have a way of picking them out. These are what the cards look like. Once again, beautiful. Some of these are upside down, so that's okay though. All right. Let's shuffle and pick some cards from this deck. I think I was gonna say maybe I'll shuffle and pick cards from each deck and then read them, but I don't know. I don't know. Me not being structured, organized. but not structured. I heard something say yesterday, I think it was a reading that I was listening to, that I needed to be structured, and I was laughing because I was just saying in my reading how I never want to be too structured. Organized, yes, not so much structured. All right, let's see what we get. I'm hoping to just get, oh, I got 2 so far. All right. I'm just going to go with those 2 since we have 3 decks. I don't want to get too many cards in my reading because they get lengthy. Okay, and this has a book with it, so I'll have to read these. So we got number 1, Yang. Look how pretty. And then we got number 21, Clean It Up, which is funny because yesterday our very snarky cards told us we needed to clean out our friends list, our house, our friends, clutter. So I guess we're still in mode of clean it up. So let's see. Number 1. Okay. Essential meanings. The masculine principle of movement and creative activity, the power to make things happen and taking action. Ironically, we just pulled the masculine principle of movement when I chose all feminine. I chose feminine Rosemary. I chose the feminine modern of the goddess decks. Well, not me, but that's just kind of funny to me. So the masculine principle of movement and creative activity, the power to make things happen, taking action. The oracle's message. Yang represents the power of action, the energies that propel the world forward, and manifesting thought and desire into concrete form. Now is the perfect time to act, for you can easily build momentum and make headway. What you want will come to fruition if you proceed confidently. This card signifies new life and is a sure sign that obstacles have been overcome. There is no reason to hesitate. You are sharper. You are the sharper. You are the shaper of your destiny. I need glasses. There is no reason to hesitate. You are the shaper of your destiny. There's 3 different messages that come with these cards: a relationship, a prosperity, and a protection message. The relationship message is circumstances are supporting action on your part. It's okay to make the first move. Trust that you will quickly know where you stand. In matters of the heart, there is movement toward your highest good, so go forth with assurance. Passion is in the air, and now is the time to dance to the tune of love. Take the lead. The prosperity message is projects, partnerships, and all matters relating to your business are out of the obstacle phase and on to the make it happen phase. Now is the time to stake your claim and get things done. While you can expect to be busier than usual, this card tells you that you have all the energy and vitality you need to accomplish your goals. Abundance is waiting for you to claim it. And the protection message. Be mindful of the tendency toward impulsive action, overconfidence, and aggressive behavior. Think before you act, lest you find yourself in a situation that will lead to uncomfortable consequences. Be sure you really want what you're chasing after, because you might be sorry when you get it. The appearance of this card isn't cause for fear, for life is all about learning lessons. Practice temperance, diplomacy, and thoughtful consideration before making a move. All right. Next we have Clean It Up, number 21. All right. The essential meanings: getting to the core of a situation, freedom from a burden, cleaning house, and sweeping away what is no longer needed. The oracle's message: ever feel so bogged down with emotional gunk that you can't think straight? Could you be surrounded by physical clutter in your home also? Too much work? Overwhelmed? Time to clean house. Every item out of place what does that say? Every item out of place natters away at you. I've never heard the word natters. Every unresolved resentment, every comparison to others that leads to a sense of lack takes up energetic space. Every unpaid bill just adds up to an unnecessary feeling of being overwhelmed. Now is the time to free yourself by energetically cleaning house. Just do it. Make room for the miracles that are lining up for you. So I guess so far the theme of this week is clean out that stagnant energy. You need new, revitalized energy. Clean out your house. Clean out your world. Clean out your entire world, whether that's people, places, things that no longer serve you. Get rid of them. The relationship message: time to clear the air. Take a look at your side of the street and say what's on your mind. Sweep away the old stuff so that a spring breeze can flow through with new energy. It's the perfect time to do an inventory of your dynamics and see what's yours and what's not yours. To clean up the relationship. Everyone brings some baggage. Sort through what you brought with you and let go of what is no longer needed. Become unencumbered and your relationship will flourish. The prosperity message is simple things like opening your mail, paying bills, sorting out your timetable, making lists, and getting organized is what the symbol means when it comes to your work. And that's really funny because I was just saying that I'm not necessarily structured, but I am organized. Make time for yourself too. This card is a sign you may be overburdened and overwhelmed. It's okay to say no. You'll prosper even more if you do. So focusing on you, it's okay to say no. If you're being asked to do things that you just don't have the capacity for right now, it's okay to say no. The protection message is, it is possible you may be focusing too much on other people right now. Trying too hard to be helpful? Does taking on what belongs to others make you feel needed or desired? Perhaps you think it's your calling to relieve people of their burdens, but what is the cost to you and to them? Don't clean up someone else's side of the street. You're not helping by freeing him or her of responsibility. You're also not doing yourself any favors, and you just might be adding an even greater strain. You are loved as you are. You don't need to be needed to be loved. So as I was just saying, some of you might be needing to say no to others around you who are asking you to help them in some way, shape, or form. And it's okay to say no if you don't have the bandwidth for it and to focus on you and what you need to do. It's kind of like the whole put your mask on first thing. You've got to energetically settle yourself, and then maybe you might have the energy to put forward towards someone else. Alrighty then, moving on. And just one more look at those because they're so pretty. Yang. Okay. All right then. The next deck I have is the Modern Goddesses. This is a tarot deck. not an oracle deck. And it's a really cute little box. This comes out the bottom, and it's really precious. So as you guys know, I usually don't use tarot. Every once in a while when I'm called to. I'm not really a tarot reader. I can read a card or two, but I don't know how to put tarot cards together in the sense of making a story out of them. And possibly in the future, I might be doing a collaboration with a friend that is a tarot reader. Not sure exactly how that's going to work out, but it's something on the books for the future when the timing is right. I really try not to schedule myself or make too many commitments when it comes to these things, because I like to do things as I'm called and as I'm energetically ready. So we'll see. That should be fun though when we get that done. All right. Just want to one card, maybe two, but preferably one card from this deck. I don't want this reading today to be super long. The last one I did was a half an hour when it was all said and done. All right. Yikes. We got the Five of Pentacles. And as little as I know about tarot, I know that the Five of Pentacles can be a challenging card, but let's just see. The Five of Pentacles. Couple of friends, maybe. All right, let's see what the book says about that. I have to say, the Five of Pentacles is not one of my favorite tarot cards generally, but maybe this deck will change my mind. And I guess it's about perspective, but the Five of Pentacles, we meet misery and error, poverty. In this card, the test is the lack of material security, seeing as we are in the field of pentacles. And pentacles represent monetary things usually, and money. Two figures lean on each other as they walk together, and for the moment, they don't see the refuge behind them. In this card, we find both material poverty and spiritual wealth. The lesson of the Five of Pentacles is to remind us that true wealth is what we have inside. Our values, our imagination, and our resources. In difficult times, we can tap into ourselves to recover warmth, strength, and courage. So that's not so bad. Basically, it sounds like maybe we're not making money yet on our bliss and our dreams and the projects that make us happy that we're working on and working towards and starting and getting going. But that isn't where the real wealth lies. The real wealth lies in our values and our imagination and in ourselves. And you can see that right behind these people, in a lot of cards, it's a kind of like a church window, like a church stained glass window. And often in cards like this, the Five of Pentacles, maybe the Three of Hearts, what you don't realize is that you're focusing on the struggle, and there's light right behind you, or there's a helping hand, or the universe is just waiting for you to change your focus, turn your focus towards the light. And if these two looked at the light in this window, they could see the pentacles there. So don't worry too much about the monetary side of things. Focus on the joy. And then as you shift your focus away from putting the pressure of making money possibly, and just being happy with what you're doing, as much as you can, because, you know, we live in a material world and we have to have money, and I understand that. But this is about finding your bliss and finding your joy. And then once you change your focus to the light, you will see the pentacles in the window, and you can walk inside of yourself to find the value, and your pentacles will come. And I forgot to show you, but this was the crystal that I put on that deck. This is a crystal that sits on that deck all the time. You guys have seen this one before because I've pulled it off to put on other decks. Generally, I've been trying to pull ones that you haven't seen yet to show you. But so the next deck is the Paradise Found Oracle. I haven't used this one a lot. And I didn't say who these decks were written by. I'm so sorry. The Modern Goddess, and I think I missed this in some of my other readings too, but I put them up so you guys can always look. But this one is the Modern Goddess. The illustrations are Petra Braun, and it was edited by Cecilia Latari. Paradise Found Oracle is Dana McCucci, and it's illustrated by Mishael, I think. Sorry if I said that wrong. Mishael, I believe. All right. Oh, and these cards are so pretty. Look at this. Blue edges. They're very colorful. I've got them upside down. No, just that one. So, yeah, these are really pretty cards. I love that blue so much. All right, we'll give them a little shuffle, and this is the crystal. I'm so disorganized this morning. I was just saying how organized I am, and then bam, disorganized. It's a labradorite. It's just a little guy. I love labradorite. It's my favorite stone. So I have a lot of them. I would love to have a really huge giant one. I need to manifest that. I need a giant labradorite. And I want it to come to me for free. As a gift from the universe. I would love to have a giant labradorite. I don't have any real giant crystals. The biggest one I have is the amethyst that I showed you guys in one of my other readings, but I have a lot of beautiful rocks that I've caught from the river. But speaking of beautiful rocks from the river, these are both rocks that I pulled out of the river. And I think both of these are. And my friend took the rocks and cut them and made them into jewelry for me. So let's see what we got. All right. I'm going to try one more time just to see if there's any more. Whoa. I think I pretty much just threw those cards on the ground. I don't think that they're for us. But just in case, I will grab them. One moment. All right. I'm not using the cards that fell on the floor. There's a bunch of them, and I believe that I kind of threw them. I don't believe that they flipped out for us specifically, but the one that did is our favorite number here, 11, Ascension. And let's see what Ascension has to say. All right. It has a little quote here that says, merge with the Ascension flame at the Temple of Luxor to claim your freedom from all the earthly constraints as you perfect how to be in this world but not of it. Sorry, these are kind of hard to read. They're tiny. Let's see. You have arrived at the majestic temple of Luxor in the old world city along the Nile that was once the capital of Egypt, also known as the Temple of Man. This transporting temple was constructed to mirror the human body and its 7 main energy centers, or chakras. Activating these energy centers will greatly aid your spiritual advancement. Anchored here in a high dimension is the ascension flame, a powerful ascension accelerator that was brought from Atlantis by Ascended Master Serapis Bey, who presides over this temple. As you walk in the footsteps of ancient mystery school initiates through Egypt's sublime temples of light and transformation, you ignite your remembrance of your true divine nature. The night sky is filled with stars as you stand before the massive stone gateway to the Temple of Luxor. Begin toning up through your 7 chakras from the root to the crown, feeling them open and realign. With a laser-like focus at your heart center, free of all distractions, proceed slowly up through the temple's chakras, which are laid out in successive chambers, corridors, and plazas. As you stop at these 7 chakras, or areas of the temple, breathe in and out through each of your own corresponding chakras, seeing it spin and glow with light. Each time command, I am activating the full force of my, insert the name of the chakra, heart chakra, now. Your mission is to merge with the heightened frequencies of the temple, to become a human temple of light. At the crown of the temple, the Holy of Holies, open your heart to the stars beaming light through your crown. See the brilliant white ascension flame blazing up through your body until you feel yourself becoming one with the flame, unifying your chakras into a singular column of white light. You have reclaimed your divine power, increased your light quotient, and accelerated your ascension to higher consciousness. Bask in your radiance at this culmination in your spiritual evolution. Your decree: I am uniting heaven and earth within myself now. I am ascending now. Now, that was a lot, and it might be a little bit confusing, but basically, we talked about chakras a little bit in our last reading with the prism cards, and we talked about the third eye and the crown chakra and the root chakra. So those might be areas of focus. If you don't know the chakra system, I would suggest you look that up. I don't want to break it down for you here now because this reading is already almost 30 minutes long. But as you activate chakras, you imagine them lighting up in the color that they are and spinning, and you work from the root up. So that's basically what this card is talking about doing. So maybe I definitely need to do some chakra work, and maybe there's some of you out there who need to do some chakra work. It's hard to say chakra and ascending and ascension. But so basically, yeah, we want to move forward, clean out the clutter, change our focus from the lack of material gains to emotional and spiritual gains, and trust in the universe. Work your chakra system. Maybe look up what chakra is the one that you need more balance with, and wear that color. There's all sorts of ways to activate your chakras. So anyhow, that's all I have for you today. I hope that resonated with all of you out there, and that you have a great day. Sending lots of love to you all.